Hello and welcome to CGI.Backgrounds. This is Roberto Caihegela, and I'm going to run you through our webpage with some basic functionalities and especially the search. So let's get started. Best create an account if you don't have one yet, and then log in. And then you on the top right, you got the lightboxes. So let's go to the lightboxes. There won't be any in there in a moment. I created a new account, so we're all starting off fresh. So we're going to add a lightbox and we give it a name. Urban modern. So now we got a lightbox and it's pretty empty. We can create lightboxes also when we are searching, so it's not really important to go here first. I just wanted to share you how you can create a lightbox here. So let's go back to the search. If you just click on the search, you will be presented with locations as the search result. You can also switch to HDRi maps, and then you will see only HDRi maps, and you would only search for HDRi maps. And then we have a new AI-powered search. I'm going to come to that on the end. So let's start off with locations, and let's search for modern urban. So then we got plenty of results, and you can go into any of these results and look inside, and then it will open the location, and each location has image stacks in there, and these stacks usually represent different heights, but it can also be that these images represent different lighting environments, different changes in that specific subject that you're seeing. But usually it keeps the subject visible. So here, the height just changes and the subject remains the same. So let's go back. And this would repeat on all of the images. So let me go back to my search and let's scroll a little bit and just let's select this location. And then again, you have here 3 images with specific subjects visible. And then you can see here again, you got 3 different heights in this one. And by the way, if you purchase any of these with credits, then you will purchase all 3 in the stack. So however many images are in one stack, so if I go to this one here, it has 4 images in there. You will be purchasing all 4 of these. So it doesn't matter which one you purchase, you owe all of them afterwards. Then below you got the HDRs that you can also view, and you can see them in an unfolded version if that's the way you prefer to watch something, or you can go to a 360 view and look around in that area if it suits your needs for maybe a shot in it or to use it for a 360 environment or for lighting and reflection. So what we can do here now, the modern urban is selected and we can add this dome to the selection. And then we can also go to any of the images and add it to the selection. And I can also go down here in the small thumbnails and click here and also add this one, but because maybe I want to add both of these heights to my selection. On the bottom, you got related locations. So this is all from the same location set that uses these HDRi maps. And all of these images are from this area that is connected sort of through the HDRi domes, because these HDRi domes can see each other and they mostly can see all of these backplates. So let's go to a different set from that same location, and then select another image of these, add them to the lightbox. And maybe I'll also want to add this dome here to the lightbox. I can also directly do it here. So I can just click directly here. And then what I can also do, I can add a full location to the set. So the difference between this location and this location is that it's sort of showing the same subject, but this is in shadow at the other time than this one where everything is in bright daylight. So in here, the foreground is in the shadow, and that's why they're separated by 2 different location sets. And then you can add several of these into your research also. So then let's go back to our research. If you hold Command while clicking on Open Location, it will open a new tab. So this tab remains open. And then I will go to the other tab. And then here I have then this tab visible. And then I can conduct whatever I want to do here and then close it again. So I don't have to go back and forth this way. So let me add a few more locations to my research. And then also let me add some more images to my research and some domes. If I now go to my lightboxes, then I have this one lightbox up here. And if I click on it in the all setting on these 4 tabs up here, you will see everything you put in there. And then if you click on locations, you will see everything that you added in here from locations. And if you go to backplates, then you will see all the backplates you added. And on HDRi maps, you will see all the HDRi maps that you added. Now let's have a look at the different file types that are available on our webpage. I changed to my other account where I have a running subscription. So now I can see all the different file formats. If you go to any of the backplates, you'll see that you get JPEGs, TIFF, and DNG files. The JPEGs are all 4K in resolution. The TIFF and DNG files are at full resolution of these files. Most of the new images that you see on the webpage, and especially all the premium content, is shot with medium format cameras. So it's 50, 100, up to 200 megapixel in size. And that's what you would get. And the DNGs are edited, so they look the same as the TIFF. So there will be no difference in visibility through the DNG and the TIFF, but the DNG, you can reset it or add changes to the post-processing process of any raw application. So if you put these into Lightroom, you will see all the settings that we applied to them, and you can make your own alterations to those. Then if we go to the HDR domes, then again, we have different formats here. First of all, we have HDR and EXR as file type. So if you're working with HDR or EXR, you can select these. And then we got HDR and Ray HDR. The difference between these two is that the Ray HDR are calibrated to the directional and environment light, and the HDR are only calibrated to environment light and usually don't have any directional light. So they're sort of capped. So if you want to add all your light by yourself, then get the HDR version and use it as sort of environment and environment light, and then add your own 3D light. But if you want to have all the light coming from this location as you would be standing at that location, take the Ray HDR dome. We have another video on the Ray HDR domes in our YouTube channel, so check that one out if you want to have more information on that one. Last come our tone mapped HDR domes. So this is what you see in that preview as the JPEG in there, and they are also available as 8-bit TIFF files in full resolution. So you can get all of these files from 2K to 30K, and that's standard for almost all of the domes, except maybe some older ones may only have 20K or 15K. But you can go to any of these formats and download them in any size. And then if you would purchase any of these sizes from one HDR dome, then afterwards you can download for free any size and any version. So you don't have to select which one you want. You can just select whatever you want now. And later you can download any size and any version of these. So it's sort of the complete collection of this HDR dome that you're purchasing when you do a purchase. Now we covered the file types, and now let us go to our lightboxes. As you can see in this account, I have many lightboxes, and the top left one is the one where I last added new images. So if I would go back to the search and I would click on any of these and select a different lightbox, let's just select modern home, and then add this image to that lightbox. If I now go back to the lightboxes, then the view on my lightbox will be updated. The modern home is going to be on top left. Then if you go into any of these lightboxes and you want to share them, you got 2 different options to share lightboxes. So you click the share button, and then you can share them publicly. So this way, anybody also without an account can view them online. So you can just copy this link and send it to anybody, and then they will see what you see. This is dynamic, so even if you make changes, they will later also see the changes if they open it a week later. So if you don't want that, then you can deactivate that, and with this lightbox will not be available anymore. Then you can send people directly an invite to a lightbox so that they can add it to their account. So the importance is that people have to have an account on a web page to use this functionality. When you click share, then this person can view this Lightbox in his account. And what you can do is that you can disable this, or you can just delete his email again, and then he won't have access to this Lightbox anymore. If he already added it to a system, whatever was in there, he will still see, but it won't get updated. So let's turn this one back on. So that was the Lightbox sharing. If you added images from a different computer, then you can click the refresh tab. Also, other people can do that with whom you share this, and that will update the view to the actual images in that Lightbox. Then you have the public shared tag visible here. So if we go back to our Lightboxes and we turn this off, then afterwards that tag will be gone. If we turn it back on and add again an invite to somebody that has an account, then after that you will see two tags on there. One is for public shared and one is for private shared to indicate how you are sharing the Lightbox. Now let's go back to our search. We have a natural language search in here, so you can type pretty much natural in your language. This will get an update soon, so it will even work better in the near future. So let us search for curvy roads in the mountains. So our results are going to be pretty good with curvy roads in the mountains. Not all of them match, but most do match your results that you're typing in. If I now want specific regions, I could add a region to the search. So let me write Europe. And the first three images are definitely not in Europe. I know it. And now let's search. And the results are now without those images. And that same happens with the HDRi maps. You will now have many curvy roads in Europe. So now let's go to our AI-powered search. In here, you can drag in a file, you can select a file and upload it, or you can add a image ID. So let's start with the image ID. Let's go to any of our images. Let me go back to my modern urban road search. And then let me select any of these images where I want to find more images from. So let me select this one. I'll right click on this image here, and then I copy the image address. I go to my AI-based search. I add this image ID, and then I say search similar. This will then, of course, find itself because it's from our database, so it finds itself, but it also finds many images on complete different locations that all have the same appeal, where you have buildings visible in the background with graffiti or other bigger colored areas. And this works so good that you don't really have to search through that through words anymore. You can just drop in anything you want. And then if you think one image is exactly pretty much what you want, but you want to see more from it, then you can go here, open the location itself. So let me do that by clicking on it. So then it opens me this location. And then I can go into that location and see more images from this. But what I could also do, I could then again go back to my AI search. Let me search for that same image again. I could also click on any of these other images that I might prefer, and then again copy this image address and then search for exactly this image. So that's one way how you can do it. The other way would be that you could search for images that you upload. So let us just download any of these images here. So I'll click download. It downloads this image. And then I go back to my AI search, and then I say select file. Now I will select the file that I downloaded and click upload. Now you will get a search result from the image that you downloaded. So you see the results again are pretty awesome. What you can also do, of course, is upload images not from our webpage that you find anywhere or that you have as mood boards. Let us select other images. So here I have prepared a few files that I can show you with different results. So let's take these concrete wall. And this again was an image from our database. I just want to show you how it finds now tons of walls from all over the world. I downloaded this, or I just took a screenshot actually of this image from Google search, and I will upload this one. And then again, you get amazing results as this would be from our site, but it's not. It's just any Google image. Now let me select something complete different. So here is a painting from a rural Italian landscape area. Let's upload this one. And you see, it actually finds these images in our database that are exactly looking like what you put in there. So you can upload anything in there and the results will be awesome. So yeah, that was our artificial intelligence powered search. It's fed by our own images as a model and delivers outstanding results. That was the short intro to our webpage, the search and the file types that we offer. I hope this was helpful for you and we see you soon.